are in high school anymore, it's a little tougher for us to keep the weight off. It's a little tougher for us to keep the weight off. Since I've been counting calories for about 3 years now, and probably about a year after high school, I was probably about 180 pounds and probably about 20 pounds heavier than I was my senior year. Today I'm going to teach you like a life tip almost. I would like to throw out like a disclaimer, I am no nutritionist, this is just what I do, this is what works for me. I just think it's super helpful for a lot of people that are trying to lose weight, especially those that are in college. So the first thing I do, this is using an Apple Watch by the way. If you don't have an Apple Watch, I encourage you to get it for this purpose. I bought one specifically for this purpose only. But the first thing I do is I weigh very first thing in the morning. I think it is super motivating to weigh first thing in the morning. At that time, you haven't eaten anything in about 8 hours. You haven't drinking anything in about 8 hours, so you're probably weighing your very least. I think it's really motivating to see that scale as low as you're going to see it throughout the day. So after I weigh in the morning, the first thing I do is I go to my health app and I go to body measurements. I type in my weight that I just weighed at, and then I go back. This is important because it's going to calculate your BMR for you, which is your basal metabolic rate. So your basal metabolic rate is the calories that you burn just sitting here. Like you guys are all burning calories right now, just because your body needs to burn calories to digest, to stay at the weight that you are at. After I log my weight, I go to my activity app, and the way I do it, if today's Wednesday and I'm counting calories for today, I go back to Tuesday. You guys see this? I'm sorry. I go back to Tuesday and I look at how many calories I burned during that day. I got 45 minutes of exercise, mostly from walking around campus, to be quite honest with you. But I burned 24.23. So I'm going to go ahead and calculate this out for you. So I burned 24.23. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to subtract 500 calories. What this is going to do is this is going to put you in a calorie deficit. This will make you lose about a pound a week. So 24.23, I'm going to do a quick calculation. I believe that's 19.23 minus 500 calories. 19.23. These are going to be your calories for the day. This is all the calories that you have all day. How I like to do it is I do a gram of protein per pound of body weight. So this morning I weighed 155 pounds. So I'm going to do protein, 155 grams. Fat, I do 0.3 times my body weight. Now these are just minimums as far as protein and fat go. So 0.3 times 155. That is going to be 46 and a half. I usually round up, so that would be 47 grams of fat. The rest of it I fill in with carbohydrates. The way you do this at this point is you have to know how many grams or how many calories are in each gram of protein, fat, and carbs. So in protein, there are 4 calories per gram. In fat, there are 9 calories per gram, and carbs are also 4 calories per gram. So the way you do this is for protein, you're going to do 4 times 155. That is mean 620. So 620 of your calories are going to come from protein. Your fat, you're going to do 9 times 47. 423 are going to come from fat. So 423 plus 620 is 1,043 calories. That means the rest of your calories are then going to come from carbohydrates. So what you'll do your 1923 and minus your 1043. So 1923 minus your 1043 equals 880 calories. 880 calories. You're going to then divide that by 4 because remember carbohydrates are also 4 calories per gram. So you're going to have 220 calories from there. So then your carbs would then be 220. The way I recommend you eating throughout the day is I think it is easiest to eat whatever you want. Look at your protein, look at your fat, look at your carbs. This way, you're still going to be in a caloric deficit, so you're still going to be losing body fat, but you're also not restricting yourself to what's called clean foods. So, like almost every single day, I will eat a Snickers bar because I love Snickers bars, and I just fit it into my calories. But if I was eating clean throughout the whole week, throughout the whole 2 weeks, or however long my diet's going to be, I'm going to be restricting myself so much that one day I'm just going to binge. And I'm going to go all out, I'm not going to count calories at all. So what I do is I pretty well cheat. I eat unclean foods every single day. I probably eat Chick-fil-A every single day as well. So this is going to give me my 1923. And I will show you the app very briefly that I use. It's called My Macros Plus. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. But this is everything that I've eaten today. Obviously, you can tell that I have not eaten very clean today. I eat whatever I want as long as my macros fit. Had a few protein shakes, I had a few protein bars, I had some pizza, and I had a Monster. This is just a recommendation for everyone. Like I said, I am no nutritionist, but I believe that this will work for you just as well as it has worked for me. Thank you.